Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody watching this video today. Today, we are back on Le Mans Ultimate. For the first time in a while, we have been on Forza Horizon 6. Reason being, it's a great game, I have to say. But, let's get away from Forza Horizon 6. And today, we're going to be just watching 3 replays from 3 of the races that I have done. The daily races in Portimao. I've been trying to get my safety rating up quite a lot, right? I need it to go up so that I can race in these more competitive splits, I would say, against people. Although I'm already in, like, out of 30 splits, I'm usually in split number 9 or 10. Which is a good split, but I need to get higher. I want to get higher. I want to be better, right? But yeah, I just want your opinion, guys, on maybe what I can improve on my races, what you thought of the races, if certain moves were a bit unfair on certain people. But yeah, before we get on though, I would love if you guys could help me reach my goal of 100 subscribers, man. But never mind that, let's get on with checking out some of these replays that we've got here. We're going to start with the first replay, just the first race that I did in that day, just because, you know, obviously we just start off with the first video, right? Sorry, the first replay. First race of the day, see how much I can develop from the first race to the third race. But yeah. Now, the thing for you guys, I have been starting in the pits, right? I've heard from a few videos, I've been watching a bit, and they've said, don't get into a lot of race contact, and don't, what was another thing? Start in the pit lanes. That's another thing. Start in the pit lanes. Even if, let's say, you qualify, I don't know, 6th place. It's always better to start in the pit lane for some reason, because you get a higher chance of getting that higher rank. Things like that. But let's skip forward a bit here. And let's just check out this first lap. We are in the Ferrari, by the way, guys. We've moved from the Mercedes. We've moved from the BMW. We've moved from nearly every car. Right? So let's have a look at this start. It seems alright. Portimao is a very unforgiving track, I will say, though. You can see Ford Mustang has gone out of the track there. Trail braking in quite a lot into that turn. We do need that turning. But let's see if there will be any incidents throughout this race, as I myself cannot remember what happened throughout some of these races. Bit early on the brakes there, but we get a bit of a mediocre exit there, to be honest. Nothing impressive. But from what I can remember, you guys, we are in split number 3. Sorry, not split number 3. Split number 3 would be too high. Split number 9. We can see a bit of wobble here and there. But yeah, so we are catching a bit onto that pack more in the front, I would say. This is one of the turns that I really dislike a lot at it, as you just can't find that breaking point ever, really. You can also see that there's a guy in the Lexus in the Red Bull livery. Most of the time, the guys that are in the Red Bull liveries aren't always that good in the races. They're just big Max fanboys. But never mind that. Let's try get closer to this Red Bull car. See what we can make out of it. Finishing the first lap in the second too, which is really, really nice. The one thing I will say about Portimao, it's just so much, there's so many elevation changes, and there's also just so many turns. It's just turn after turn after turn. You have, there's just non-stop, no stop turning. Like, you just got to keep going basically. But we are gaining quite a lot on this front pack. Have to go down on the outside. against this Lexus. But we do get the overtake. Done really, really nicely. You can have a look at that very quickly. Check that out. From a bird's eye view. On the outside, he brakes just a bit more and lets us get into that turn. You can see those guys in front have a bit of track limits there, but let's not worry about that. And see, this was one of the problems that I had in Portimao. It was just, this one turn was very unforgiving in a sense. It was just, you never knew kind of in a way which way you got to turn. It's just, also I honestly think that it just happens in a lot of the races. That is honestly just a race incident in my opinion. You just can't really get away from that in a sense. It's tricky for that to, to avoid that, I would say. But we can see that, it hasn't really affected me. I mean, it has affected him, but he does seem like a bit of a slow driver in this track, as he's about to be overtaken by the Ford back there, which you can see on the rear view camera or mirror. But yeah, let's get on to the next lap. You can see not much has happened, but the layout has changed of which drivers we are seeing. So we'll go back to this lap, see in the laps that we just saw a second ago, the Porsche was not there, and that Ferrari in front was behind us. This was one of the packs that we were trying to chase down, trying to get in front, but it was a bit of a struggle. So of course, let's have a look again. Really early into braking there. And I mean, the Ford has kind of pushed the Porsche out of there. Porsche has spun out. The Mercedes has spun out. And we've got 2 places gained, which is really, really nice. You can see Ferrari nearly spun out there. And the Ford had to go wide. We were in a bit of a mumbo-jumbo there. You see the Lexus is gaining on us. The one that we kind of damaged a bit. So Ferrari has gone really wide on the inside. Let's have a look at that real quick. And I mean very wide for no reason whatsoever. Very, very tight into that turn. And we do still get the exit in front. But I think he does seem to overtake us there. I'm not sure if we have the exit there. And we do have the exit there, it seems, for a second. Do we? We do end up with the turn there. So really, really nice lap there from a lot of overtakes. A lot of good stuff. Let's skip a bit here. It seems we're not gaining. The Ford and Mercedes are fighting quite a lot, I have to admit. The Mercedes, sorry, is not great under braking, I have to admit. A lot of these cars are, I would say, worse. Comparing it to me, they're worse under braking a lot of the times. They've just got way earlier braking zones than I do. So, yeah. I'm going to try go for the overtake, and we don't, but we go really, really, really wide because we nearly hit that Mercedes, and the BMW right there behind us nearly hit us too. Let's go for a better camera view in our car, and the BMW, as we can see, he is on our tail, man. He is really gaining on us there, but you never know what can happen in a race, right? So we're gonna keep persevering, obviously. We go quite a bit wide there, but we do get a nice inside line. The BMW does touch us a bit there. We do get a little bit of a slip, and we are now losing time on that Mercedes. We can see in front a lot of fighting going on. and the Mustang slips and his race is ruined. It is just fully ruined. He can't really gain back from that. You can see the Aston and the Ford fighting. I think I do see that Ford in another race later on. I'm not sure if it's that identical one, but it might be a similar one if I'm not mistaken. Let's skip forward a bit, see if anything really happened in that lap. I mean, the BMW behind us slipped, if you did just see that bit. We nearly slip and all as well. We nearly mess up our whole race there. So, lucky us, we, you know, nothing happened to us. But we do see, and the system is not working. Alright. Okay. But let's stay here because I've skipped too far ahead and I've seen that there was a bit of an incident. Unless I've skipped too far ahead, I think. We are going back now. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's stay here because once I've skipped here, I've just kind of muddled myself up there. Going into this turn, the Mercedes has gone super wide, and I mean, we've both spun. And I honestly, again, think that's a race incident. I mean, what could he have done? And what could I have done? I basically fully locked my wheel there. If I'm being totally honest with you guys. Basically fully locked my wheel. And I've gone into the side of him. There's nothing I could have done there. I mean, let's check out this board here on the side. So we're 13th place. And I think from what I remember, we qualified 11th. So honestly, the race hasn't been going too shabby for us. Now, I think what we have been doing for the rest of this race was trying to gain, but it not going, I mean, that well. As we haven't gained any places throughout this little part. But we do see the Ford behind us and the Aston that was fighting have both wrecked it. They've just fully muddled everything up for them. They've both crashed into each other and they've just messed up their race. Onto this last little part. Nothing happens, to be honest, for the rest of this race. And we do get a 10th place result. So honestly, it wasn't that bad of a race at all. It really wasn't that bad of a race. So we should have gotten, I mean, a reasonable amount of gain in safety rating, right? At least that's what I would have thought. A reasonable amount of gain in the safety rating, which maybe, just maybe, would have put us to a bronze 1 safety rating. But what I found out was no. It put me down a bit more in the safety rating, which is a bit shocking. In my opinion, I think there are a bit of bugs to do with this safety rating ranking and the driver rating ranking. Because when I looked at the driver rating ranking, I got full arrows up, full green stats on the driver ranking. But I didn't gain anything really, because it didn't up my rating. Nothing happened. It didn't make a single difference. So it was really weird. But I mean, I guess you just gotta live with it. So that is one thing that I would want them to fix. If they were asking anyone what they would want to fix, what they would like to see, honestly, that is the one thing I would love to see. A bit of those little fixes in the game. But second race, and it's the first lap. Some guy has already bottled it into the gravel. We are going really, really close to this McLaren. And we are trying to gain as much as possible. Where are we right now? We are in 18th place. And what I was saying was, braking points in this car are just in a different world. It brakes so well. But the first lap is always something we want to see, right? The first lap is where all the chaos really starts. So we're just going to have a quick little watch of this first lap. See if anything happens major, but I don't think there is. Well, I mean, we got that Aston Martin totally spinned out, but other than that, not much so far. So we're on the second lap, guys, here, and we're on the inside line, but someone to the side of us decides to hit us, right? Now it's the BMW. BMW drivers are known for this. The BMW on the other side decides to go for a brilliant, must I say, brilliant, and I'm emphasizing on that brilliant, a really, really good dive bomb that makes us spin out, right? So really unfortunate, as we are now in place 22. So, last place. It really can't get worse than that, right? Now, we skip ahead and we are right next to the Aston Martin. Fourth lap, and we go for this absolutely brilliant overtake down the inside. How perfect. We are up 2 places now because obviously, as you can see, a Mercedes has also DNF'd in his race. And if I'm being totally honest, this guy has not been doing well that whole race, because in 2 laps he's 7 seconds away from me. Sorry, am I mixing this up? We have got a few overtakes there. Let's go back a bit and see what has happened in this lap. Well, you can see here BMW in front of us. Ferrari, luckily he didn't hit us. But there's a Ford. And, I mean, it couldn't have got any worse. He couldn't have waited a second. He's right in the middle of the track. And he goes for the part that is like the only reasonable option for me. I really do not understand that. It is just a pain in my arse. It really is. It's just super, super annoying how people can be so stupid to do things like that. Honestly, super, super annoying. Well, it seems we got an overtake here somehow. The McLaren, he seems to have gone off the track. Yeah, we can see in our review mirror, he has gone off the track. Really, really unfortunate for that guy. Now, let's skip ahead a bit more, see what we can do. And it does seem that the McLaren does go for a cheeky little overtake on us at one point in the race. I think it's going to be after this turn. You can see the Mustang right in front of us, trying to get away pretty darn quickly. I think we let him on the inside, I think, of that turn. Indeed we do. At least we leave space. At least we know how to do that. And I think we just let him through on this turn here. We brake a bit earlier, let him through. And no incidents. That's what a driver is. I mean, it really is what a driver can be. You can't get better than that. A clean racer. Now, let's go ahead a bit more. And I think, yeah, Oliveira just decides to get away from us. I think we do spin because he's gained a massive amount on us. Onto that 12th lap, and seriously guys, we didn't get a great result this race. I mean, wasn't great at all. It was nothing that I really enjoyed. Horrible race, a few just incidents that can't be stopped. I mean, it's a bit annoying when it happens, but I mean, that's racing, I guess. You just got to live with it. Try your best. But yeah, no, guys. If you're trying to gain on safety rating, I don't recommend this track in online races. If you see this track in online races, just skip the week. If you think you're good enough, by all means, go for it. It can be a really fun track, 100%. But it can also be a real pain. As you can see in the rankings, we have started 7th place, and this is in a really, really good split. I've set, in my opinion, an absolutely incredible lap, right? By all means, I found it absolutely brilliant. It was one of my best ever laps, and I didn't even try as much, I would have said. But luckily we got it. I mean, it's way trickier for us now to obviously start in, you know, trying to gain the positions, but I mean, we have to give it our all, right? So we start the race. First lap. Nothing can go wrong. That's what they always say. But let's have a little look. I honestly think in this first lap, nothing crazy happened. I think it was just me trying my best to gain on them, not gaining very, very successfully. I think we can see that some guy has really gone onto the sand there. The Ford has got a bit of an interesting braking here, and we are not in front of him. Now, my thought before this turn is I'm going to let go and let him pass. But I don't. Well, I do let go, but I don't, and I get an absolutely brilliant overtake into a braking zone that you can't really see. So it was really, really impressive that we kept that on. But yeah, first lap, nothing crazy, just a good overtake. We can see some guy there has randomly stopped, it seems. He is spun out, or just something has happened to him. Go back to 1 times and get onto this next lap. But it seems we have done some good racing and obviously gained a lot, as we were in front of a Lexus there. And the closest Lexus is in 15th, and we're in 19th. So we've gained quite a few positions from 1 lap. So let's also have a look at that while we are here. Doesn't seem like much so far. Well, a Lamborghini's out there. You can see him in the back mirror now. We've got an Aston Martin, a Ford, and a Lexus in front of us. I mean, some tricky stuff we've got. Oh, and the Aston Martin takes out the Mustang there. Really, really unfortunate for those guys. I mean, where are we at now? So, the Lexus. This is where I got really, really annoyed, because this guy was... he was really, really stopping my pace. He was really, really, really making my pace go horribly, man. I mean, my pace was horrible with this guy in front of me. I got so annoyed every time I got close to a turn and then I just didn't make it out. He's gone very wide on that turn as well, so we have a chance to gain on him. Right? And, I mean, we do start to gain really well on him. Like, incredibly well. We get a decent turn in there. So he has no way to overtake us unless he goes on the inside, which he doesn't. Luckily for us, nothing crazy. Now, we're on to the 7th lap, and the Lexus is back here, and we've got 3 Fords in front of us. We are still in 15th place, but everyone up till 9th place is in the 4 seconds range. So we can really do some big gaining here. Early braking, just trying not to hit anyone. Really trying not to get any incidents in. Trying to get that safety rating up, right? That's what we have been aiming for. Defending like hell. And he was just ruining my pace. I mean, really, he was ruining it. And I go on the inside. I have had enough of this guy. I mean, he didn't really do much to affect me, but it's just my pace was going so bad. And then this is another thing. I mean, you've gone on the inside and you're trying to defend that position so bad. He's got a slower pace than me, and there is really no need for him to defend that position. So it's just a bit frustrating. I mean, I nearly slipped there as well. It was just going so badly for me. After this guy overtook me again, it was just a pain, man. I mean it. It was just going downhill from there. But I think there was a bit of an incident between these two guys, as we do gain to 12th, as we saw a second ago there. So we can see what happens. See, they are going to fight there a bit, and the Lexus nearly spins out, but the McLaren saves him a bit there, and the McLaren's next to us, but he lets go so that we can have that position. Luckily for us, 11th place is 11 seconds away, right? Soon as this guy goes away, at least I thought we started to overtake. Well, we didn't, but we got incredibly lucky, and we got to 9th place. An incredible win in 9th place, from 22nd place to 9th place. Honestly, I didn't mind that race. It was a bit frustrating, certain incidents that happened, but yeah, that was the video, guys. Hope you like it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.